This is Rick Allen for NBC Sports, and today NASCAR is back in Pennsylvania for its second and final stop at Pocono Raceway. Pocono is a unique track with unique challenges. The three turns here are all different, and so are the three straightaways. So once again, there's a lot of pressure for crew chiefs to find that perfect setup to get their driver to victory lane.
What's up, guys? David Land here. Welcome to the second trip to the Pocono Raceway, the second track we've gone to twice. Qualifying was so bad that I decided to cut it out of the video entirely. I don't know what was going on, but my car was spinning every time I went into the corners, so I took all of the tape off the front grille and took all of the wedge out of it so that I can have a little bit of understeer. So we're starting from the back and trying to emulate Chris Buescher in his victory in this race, the Pennsylvania 400. As you can see, the car is falling back a little bit. Obviously, the Indianapolis round did not go the way I wanted it to. With a new sponsor, my home race, there is a crash already. Car spinning, that is J.J. Yaley, or not J.J. Yaley. What year am I living in? That was David Reagan, and that was problems, implications, and the whatnot. But now we drive around trying to get into position here. Coming in behind Bobby Labonte. Gonna get around him. And into turn number 1 for the first time at full speed. Ooh, the car is handling pretty good. As we almost get spun around by retired Scott. Now we've got to chase the actual winner of this race, Chris Buescher. And into turn number 2, the famous tunnel turn on this track. And we're spreading out pretty bad here into the third turn. Don't want to get into Casey Mears. He's already been fired. Don't want to make his life any worse than it already is. Now we run down the main straightaway here at Pocono. Try to get a little sniff of draft here off of a couple of the front row cars. Up. Clint Boyer, what are you doing? What are you doing, son? Still almost getting spun on the apron. That's not very good. And now we're battling with Casey Mears again for 33rd position. Let's go around the outside, shall we? There we go. That's a little bit better. Now give me some room on the exit, boys. Thank you. And girl. There's a girl in this group. And underneath Danica. And hopefully Brad Keselowski as well. And Ryan Ellis. Okay. That's nice. 29th as well from Boyer. Getting Landon Castle's draft here. Run behind him. I'm really going to try. I've said this in a lot of recent videos, but I'm really going to try to treat this one like an endurance race. Just try to pick my way through the field. And hopefully we don't get any yellows. I'm actually hoping for a caution-free race. I'd like to see what happens if we can run a full race all the way through without any caution interruptions. Lift off behind Menard here. See if I can't get around him on the exit of the corner. Getting his draft down the inside. And we're going to get around Paul Menard now, lifting into turn number 3.
All clear.
Just a smidge. Get on the throttle. Power off. Hopefully, anyway. Right out to the wall. But, yeah, I've got this car handling pretty well. I guess the key to NASCAR heat is keeping all the tape off the grill. So running behind Stewart. Trying to get around him here on the outside of turn number 1. And maybe a little too high there. Chase him down the Long Pond straightaway here. Running in behind him. Lift just a little bit. Maybe that's a little too much. A little too wide there. A little too wide, not gonna lie. Just a little too wide. Now let's get in behind these fellas here. Maybe it was a little too aggressive. Gotta be so careful running close to that wall. .35 to go. Lift on the throttle. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Behind Greg Biffle. Try to get around him,
Still there.
which I was able to do.
All clear.
Now lifting off the gas.
Car low.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! Stay clear of Biffle. I'm starting to really come through the field. I'm liking this. Casey Kane is the next victim, as is Eric Jones. Sponsorship goals, I kept them the same as Indianapolis. Didn't accomplish any at Indianapolis, but it's to finish 15th and to get a lap led. The 15th is looking like it's definitely a possibility. I don't know about leading a lap. I'm not going to lead a lap by getting into the wall, that's for sure. That is for sure. Gotta be so careful of that. So into the tunnel turn again. This is where we had the crash on the opening lap. I thought they were going to crash again, as I crash. Which is very good. You always want to be doing that. On the throttle. Right on that curb. Cars are pitting. Why is a car pitting already? Are we really at the end of the fuel window? No, 8 laps, so that's a car coming in to get some repairs because they had some mechanical difficulties. Good for them, I suppose. Lift off the throttle. Try to get that mid-corner speed just a little bit. I'm considering adding just a tiny bit of tape to the grill on the next stop, but I'm worried about completely upsetting the handling of the car. Because right now the handling is great. I can actually steer it this time, which is nice. We'll go around the outside of Casey Kane, try to anyway. Here comes Clint Boyer, an absolute flyer. I had to concede that position. I got up in the marbles. Couldn't really do anything about it. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Get in the draft here. Get in the draft. Let's try to get around Kane here, at least, even though Clinton Boyer's decided to come and go ahead and race. And the inside of Casey.
Still there. All clear.
On the throttle. Do you think I can make it without hitting the wall on the exit? Yes. That'll work. So now we go down the back straightaway, or the long pond straightaway again. Try to get around Mr. Boyer here. Not able to do it on that time by. I'll run really low for no reason. Boy, Boyer is on the move, isn't he? He's flying for some reason. Ay, 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 ay. Do not want to be up toward that wall. That is bad. Not good. So now I gotta block Kane and Ellis here, which I'm able to do. No problemo. But the car is way out of the groove. It's a very high line. Very, very high line. Now I've got to battle with Casey Kane again. Maybe Ellis can give me a little bit of draft from behind to get around Mr. Kane.
Stay high. Still there.
Which I'm able to do.
All clear.
Excellente. Now if the car would turn on the exit, that would be nice. Yeah, maybe I do need a little bit of grill tape Might do that on the next pit stop. Gotta be so careful. Here, see if we can get this exit I desperately need. I don't think it was that great.
Yellow's out.
Oh, and a yellow. Well, a lot of cars are pitting. And should I go for the lap lead money? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to get the money and then hope for the best. Alright, so we're going green this lap. Should be able to lead this one fairly easily. Green is out. We're back to racing. An amazing restart from me. And I'd certainly better get one because they're going to be all over the back of me here in just a second. And that was not a very good corner. Not a very good first corner. But I'm staying ahead of Kyle Busch. Staying ahead of him. For now, block him. Won't be able to block the Juggernaut. He's going around the outside.
Car high.
And Kyle gets into the back of me.
All clear. Car low.
Oh, goodness gracious. There are so many cars. So many cars.
Car low.
Wonder if I'll even be able to get into the bottom to pit. Yeah, I'm pitting this lap. I got my money. Stop, let them all through. Busher hit me for no reason. And come in to the pits. Okay, in for the pit stop here. Hopefully I don't lose a lap. It's very possible that I will. 4 tires, fuel. 17-second pit stop expected. Waiting for the tires. Fuel. There's some damage, which I probably shouldn't have repaired. But we return back to the racing track. And we haven't lost a lap yet, because I don't see the field, which is excellent. We'll see if that strategy call worked to perfection. I did add 10% tape to the grill. I want a little more front grip. That may be a terrible decision, but we're going to find out if it is or if it isn't. And the car is sliding now, which it wasn't before, which is a bit concerning. Oh boy, I may have made a wrong decision. Yeah, the car is totally unstable now. So, quick update. I got lapped after I put the car in the wall because the handling is so terrible. It's the halfway mark of the race, as you heard. But now the AI have decided to rubber band. So at least
All clear.
I'm able to start to claw my way back up to the field, even though the back end of my car is snapping loose more than my sponsor, Snap Fitness. Well, I guess I ran my fastest lap of the race that time. Not sure how I did it. I guess I'm faster in traffic than I am by myself. Go figure. Well, let's start passing these guys since we're apparently running really incredibly fast. Harvick, are you going to give me room on the exit? Barely. And then I just decided to start driving towards him, even though I didn't make that move with the controller. I could see the air, and the air is pulling me towards Kevin Harvick. Whoa, what on earth was that? Anybody want to explain that one to me? Does anyone want to explain why when you hit the apron on the tunnel turn, the car decides to bounce up in the air like that? Hey look, it's a replay of the thing that caused me to go a lap down, even though I didn't hit the wall that time. That was lucky.
Car hit is pitting.
Okay, now the cars start coming into the pits. I will have to do the same at some point. But what I'm hoping is that we get our classic pit lane yellow, so I get to unlap myself. Now I've got to see where I cycle around once all these guys finish pitting. Probably still 38th, I would guess, but you never know. I think the grill tape move was a poor choice on my part. Was just not able to really drive the car during this stint. So I'm really going to need a yellow so that during this next pit stop and go in, take that tape off the grill, repair the car for no real penalty. I'm able to drive the car fairly well, but it just gets loose on you for no apparent reason like that, and it just doesn't make any sense to me how you can drive a car this way. So let's see if we can pick up some positions here as we make our way onto the front straightaway. There are some cars coming out of the pits, and I made up 3 positions. Well, that's good. And now David Reagan is there, the car who crashed on the first lap. Should be able to get around these back markers pretty easily. When I say back markers, I'm a back marker too. Let's be honest, I'm running 34th right now, and on an off-strategy pit call, which I'm sure is sending Steve Letard into cardiac arrest, just trying to figure out exactly why we did what we did. It's all about the money. And we gotta get the money to buy engine upgrades to go faster. It's a very simple plan. Very simple. Let's see how many cars are in the pit. It looks like Brian Scott was in the pits, but I don't know if that's because he's
You're low on fuel.
he's done broked or what. Well, I have 2 laps left of fuel, so I guess I'll have to come in this time by, as I almost completely lose it. Driving down the into turn number 2. Let's go underneath Kenseth here. Get around
Clear
him.
high.
That would be an amazing time for a yellow NASCAR. Oh, I don't want to cause it myself though. Don't want to cause it myself, even though this game, as we
You're low on
know,
fuel.
thank you, Spotter. As we know, in this game, they won't call a yellow for you if you're on fire and flying through I don't know, a ring of death. So as we
Slow down.
try to get in the pits. All right, we are in the pits, getting ready to go here. 15 seconds. Waiting. There's still cars exiting the pits for some reason, but we're out. And on the throttle, still 38th. And still a lap down. Now I think there are more than one car lap down. There's more than one car lap down. And the car still handles like absolute garbage. Yay!
All clear.
Well, I'm having one heck of a battle with these 2 Penske cars here. Beating and banging with Joey Logano through turn number 3 I just was, and now I'm chasing down Ryan Blaney. Too bad I'm not on the same lap as them. I feel like my attempt to lead a lap, just for the money's sake, may have been a bit ill-advised. I was expecting to get a yellow, and that yellow never came, and that's slightly frustrating. Continue to run 38th. But thankfully, what this means is I'll finally have enough money for an engine specialist in time for Watkins
All
Glen.
high.
I did pretty well at the last road course race at Sonoma, as I got into the wall there.
There's a wreck in turn 3.
Yeah, it's me. You want to bring out a yellow for it? No? Okay. But, yeah, I mean, you never know. We could get Watkins Glen 1 and AJ Allmendinger our way into the chase. This is not going to help us with the chase standings, of course. We were 31st anyway. We need to be 30th if we're going to win and get in. Thanks to Kyle Busch for that rule, I suppose, at least. But, you know, 8 laps to go at the Poke. And even though it probably wouldn't help me too much, I would love a yellow. If for no other reason that I could at least try to pass some cars that are on the same lap as me. That would be kind of nice. But it looks like there may be some traffic up ahead, possibly some lap cars. So we'll just have to see once we get up there. I mean, there were some cars that came out of the pits with me. I don't know what on earth they were doing in the pits. But, you know, as I say, I never complain when the game gives me a little bit of a break. You know, it seems like they've completely turned the rubber banding off, for whatever reason. Seems like that's Brad Keselowski up there, I want to say. The third car up, meaning the 3 Penske cars will be running line to stern. And I will be catching them fairly quickly here. As I almost lose it on the apron there. Getting right onto Pocono's turn 2 apron. Almost at the safer on the entrance to 3. Yeah, that's definitely Brad, and he's definitely getting laps, so I'll be able to gain a few positions here, hopefully, as the laps start to tick down. If I can at least get up there, 7 to go. Have plenty of fuel, so that's not a concern. Looks like Landon Castle as well. Maybe that's Busher. That is Busher. In fact, it's Busher and De Benedetto. Okie dokie. Whatever. Alright. Bye Keselowski.
Clear high.
Now we'll get up here to De Benedetto. Try to get around him and Busher at the same time. Underneath. 1 car. 2 car. Get around to both.
Car high. All
Popo's
clear.
after me apparently. Back on the throttle. Out of the corner. And let's see. Actually, let's check the leaderboard here. 2.9 seconds behind Lobby Babante. And yeah, there are 5 laps to go rather than 7 because, of course, I'm a lap down. So I need to keep that in mind. Well, I'm in the top 35, though. Top 35 in owners' points. Remember that? That was not fun. And they had to qualify cars based on top 35 or whatever. That was so stupid. Now we've got the charter system, so it pretty much doesn't matter if you show up and you don't have a charter because you're probably not going to make the race. That's always fun. I guess that's Bobby Labonte up there, so we can get a 34th place out of this. Car coming into the pits. In fact, there are a lot of cars in the pits. What? Why are there so many cars in the pits? Does that mean everybody else is going to pit one more time? Boy, I hope so. Boy, I hope so. There's a little bit of optimism coming into my voice because I'm thinking, oh boy. If everybody pits. If everybody pits, maybe I've got a chance. Not to win, but to at least get a top 15 and earn that money as well. But none of these cars ahead of me have pitted, so I'm not confident yet, because I haven't gained a position yet. But we'll see. Coming up behind Bobby Labonte here. This is for position. So we can at least gain 34th. Yeah, there are cars pitting. But are these
All clear.
the cars? That's Logano. Yeah, these are the leaders. And as I go by, I'm still not gaining any positions. But I would appreciate it if all the back markers came in. That would be really awesome. Because I could win prize money, more prize money, and more prize money is always good. It is always good. So I'm just gonna wait to see some of these guys pulling in. I so hope they do. I so hope they do. I'm feeling a little bit optimistic. I'm feeling just a little bit optimistic. Maybe, just maybe, we're going to salvage something out of this. Because we don't have to pit again. Maybe this terrible strategy, which has resulted in a fairly boring video, because nothing has really happened, might actually pay off. But again, we'll have to see. I don't see any cars in the pits. 3 laps to go. I'm still catching Brian Scott, so I could at least get up in the 33rd on my own merit. Just never know. There's Cousin Carl coming up behind, trying to get around me. Apologize if you hear a dog barking. There's nothing I can do about that.
All clear.
Dogs and sirens seem to be the soundtrack du jour. Oh, that was... No, I shouldn't have gotten a lap there. That was a really bad thing that just happened. A really bad thing, because now I don't have an extra lap to make passes. So even if everybody ahead of me pits, it's not going to matter, because I'm not going to be able to pass them anyway.
Last lap.
Yeah, last lap. So theoretically, if I could get back by Edwards, I could have an extra lap.
Yellow's out.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Again, second race in a row. What a bunch of garbage.